Now, if you ask anyone who's raced here, they'll tell you, nowhere in the world is more important to get a high qualifying position than here on the windy, chicaney, challenging streets of Monaco. We're about to set the grid for tomorrow's race, but potentially for the end of the race too. So welcome along, everyone, to the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
Job. So shake hands. Puff out there.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Piastri, Yuki Tsunoda, and Hamilton, Sainz, Antonelli, Stroll, and Liam Lawson, Albon, Gasly, Nico Hülkenberg, and Bortoleto, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Jack Doohan, and Charles Leclerc. Hadjar and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for Lights Out, so let's go down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometres an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
With this being a high downforce circuit, we're not going to have quite the same top speed we have at other tracks. The good news is though, it's going to make our DRS even more effective than normal. So try to make the most of it during the race and quali if you can. Now use DRS now available. Okay, Lewis, we're seeing a lot of tyre wear at the moment. Please try and look after them.
Okay, well, thanks, mate.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.1 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind. You hit that target.
11.9
That sets us up
seconds.
nicely for the rest of this race. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Not the result we wanted, but let's keep pushing, guys. We're going in the right direction.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
And 3 wins in a row now, of course, Croft. You've thrown the gauntlet down. The drivers are out there now. They realise that they are the target. They're the ones to beat. They've got the energy, they've got the momentum on their side.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky 3 today, here's the podium waiting for them. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.